Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today, in continuation of talk about several case studies pertaining to how genius possesses any otherwise ordinary living entity, we will think about and talk about another such case history. Before we proceed further, let me remind you talent is what you possess, genius is what possesses you. Further, genius is a very jealous mistress. If you want to enjoy genius possessing you and keep possessing you, then you have to obey genius verbatim. You should never ever rub genius on the wrong side, and you must sell yourself to genius to enjoy its benefits for a long time. The next case history proves this point. There was one very intelligent and erudite boy whose name was Sasdhar. He was an MSc from a place called Bhopal in the state of Madhya Pradesh in India. One day, this boy decided to go to England for further studies. This boy came from a decent, affluent family, and so all his reservation, etc., in a ship were fixed and reserved. This guy came from Bhopal to Bombay to take a ship to England for further studies. But on the day he was to depart, his ship got postponed. So this boy had a full day ahead of him. Getting bored, he went to a particular studio where he was accosted by the owner of the studio, Mr. Himanshu Rai. Mr. Himanshu Rai was running or making a movie when Mr. Sasdhar went there to see the shooting. When Mr. Himanshu Rai came to know that Mr. Sasdhar is an MSc chemistry student and a brilliant one at that, he said, "Why go to England for further studies? Please come and join me and get a job here. I'll put you in my lab as a technician." Mr. Sasdhar agreed. After that, Mr. Sasdhar settled down in Mr. Himanshu Rai's Bombay Talkies, a new studio. After some time, he married one girl from another very affluent family of Khandwa in Madhya Pradesh. This girl was from a family which was blessed by some yogi, about which we will talk later. Mr. Sasdhar was not aware of this, but probably he came to know only later. This is all I am telling because that is how you will find that genius possesses you. Mr. Sasdhar was erudite, intelligent, and talented, but genius had not yet possessed him. It was going to do so. Mr. Sasdhar married that woman, and immediately genius possessed Mr. Sasdhar. The only difference between Mr. Sasdhar and the others was that this guy was intelligent enough to understand that genius had possessed him only after marrying this woman. He kept quiet, and slowly but steadily, between 30 or 40 years, he came to be known as the father of Bombay film industry called Bollywood. He was a one-man industry who never failed in any film. But this man was humble enough to say to his friends, worshippers, and sycophants, please don't think I'm extraordinary. Actually, luck is favoring me. This was despite the fact that he was an extremely talented and intelligent and hard-working person. 30 or 40 years later, one day his wife unfortunately passed on. The moment this lady passed on, Mr. Sasdhar Mukherjee told everyone, from today I stop making any movies because genius has left me. It is not known whether genius has actually angrily left him or it just happened, but the fact remained that Mr. Sasdhar did not produce any movie after that on his own. Now, we will talk about why or how that family of that girl was blessed. Actually, the grandfather of this lady was a very big Robin Hood in a place called Bhagalpur in Bihar. One day, this man saved a sannyasi or a renunciant from dacoits who were trying to rob that renunciant. This Robin Hood took pity on the renunciant and invited him to stay for the night in his own house. The renunciant next day asked him, are you married? He said, yes. Do you have sons and daughters? Yes. Okay. I am just a renunciant. I don't have any money to repay you, but I'll give you one boon, he said. He said that one generation of your family will do wonders in this Indian film industry or something. In India, they will do wonders. A complete generation, this man predicted. After some time, there was one boy called Kumud Ganguly. After that, this girl, then another boy called Anup, and the fourth was called Kishore. All became stars. Kumud Ganguly became Ashok Kumar, Anup Kumar, and Kishore Kumar, the singer star. All three became stars in the Bombay film industry, and the husband of this girl became the father of Bombay Bollywood film industry. Such was the power of that boon. Indirectly, genius had possessed a complete generation of that particular family and made them so big and these people were also humble enough to obey genius and never go against it. They all became illustrious legends and they are still worshipped till date. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this example case history. Till we meet in my next video, it is good day from TSV Raghavan.